Let's see if flying Royal Air Maroc to Ghana is really as bad as people say it is. Let's find out. I rarely fly out of Terminal 1 since I'm a Delta girly, but I was excited for the VIP 1 lounge. It is a pre-security lounge that also gives you expedited access through screening so you can bypass those long TSA lines.
We're going to Casablanca.
There's a QR code at your seat where you can order food from your phone and it is brought directly to you. The menu is pretty simple and I went with the champagne with some sandwich and a bowl. I booked Royal Air Maroc for the Casablanca Stopover program, and I was also intrigued by the $935 round trip, which was during Thanksgiving, by the way. After getting through TSA, the Prime Class Lounge is the perfect place to grab a quick snack. A quick snack before you get to your gate and also use the bathroom before. So for Air Maroc, seats in economy are pretty much assigned randomly. There didn't seem to be much consideration for families or people traveling together, so a lot of people were asking to switch seats and get themselves settled next to their family. Once I was settled in, the seat back screen took a while to turn on and actually load, and I was surprised to see LinkedIn videos as an option, but I guess, it is what it is. I won't lie, the screen was glitching for most of the flight, if not all of the flight, and I couldn't really watch anything. We also hit some pretty intense turbulence. It was a lot of sudden drops and definitely the roughest turbulence I've experienced. Obviously, this is not on Air Maroc. Food service came around and it wasn't bad, it was just decent. Obviously nothing groundbreaking, but it got the job done for airplane food. That said, I was pretty disappointed by some of the onboard amenities. For a flight heading into Royal Air Maroc's home airport or hub, I expected a bit more. The entertainment system barely worked or actually did not even work. The outlets also did not work and I didn't even bother checking out the restroom. Either way, Alhamdulillah, we made it to Casablanca. I went through customs and immigration and exited to the transit office to collect my hotel voucher, and then I caught the shuttle to the hotel, which was about a 40-minute drive. I believe business class folks have a different hotel, but when you check in, they also tell you the times the shuttle goes back to the airport so you know when to return. As far as the hotel room goes, you have a nice view to the road, so that's nice. I liked looking out the window, cars going by, the city hustling and bustling. There's also a train station a walking distance, I believe, from it, so that wasn't too bad. The room itself, let's be honest with ourselves. Did you expect like 5-star treatment? Even if they promised 5-star, that's not something you should be looking to get on a stopover program. At least that's not something I'm looking to get. Not for the 935 that I paid. In addition to them carrying me to where I'm going to, I don't expect luxury. So anyway, this is it. It's the bathroom. Obviously, you can shower. There are towels. There are beds. It's definitely moldy. But honestly, I'm not even going to deep emphasize on some of the things I'm seeing in the room just because I didn't necessarily expect it in the first place. Look at me looking cute in my travel outfit, which I'm going to change out of just so I can wear something more comfortable. But also take note that Casablanca is kind of a little chilly. It's not as hot as other countries in Africa. This is November, so obviously there's a little chill. It's not like full on winter, but it's chilly. This was the lunch included in the hotel stay and I have no comment on it whatsoever. After lunch, I went to go take a nap. I woke up, changed clothes, and then I decided to go out. Because the layover sounds long, but if you go out, it will pass faster. So we hired a taxi for the evening and we paid about $60 total, including tip and everything, and he gave us a guided tour around the city. One thing that I really appreciated about the hotel staff was that they actually took down the taxi's license plate in case anything happened, and I think that felt like it's a small thing, but it made me feel way more comfortable going out and doing whatever. So now to Casablanca. It's a mix of old and new. There are modern buildings right next to historic neighborhoods and dirty neighborhoods as well. In some ways, it reminded me of Ghana. The energy, the markets, the people, the way they were moving through the city. It really felt familiar, like I'm not even gonna lie to you. And also, I somehow thought that Casablanca was more European, I guess, but it felt more African, which I know it sounds weird listening to it, but believe me, there's a reason why I say that. Fun fact is that Casablanca is Morocco's largest city and its main economic hub. Even though Rabat is the capital, a lot of the business happens in Casablanca. Obviously, whenever I travel, I make it a point to get some souvenirs because in my books, if I don't have a souvenir, then I never went there. So we did some souvenir shopping here as well as hitting all the normal and regular tourist spots. Some of the spots we saw included the Hassan II Mosque, which was formerly the largest mosque in Africa and is easily Casablanca's most iconic site. It is built partially over the Atlantic Ocean and it's beautiful. Today, the largest mosque in Africa is in Algeria, but the Hassan II Mosque is still very breathtaking. Aside from driving around, we also stopped to take pictures, and this place was a good place to stop for pictures because you can oversee the ocean. You can also see the mosque in the background there, and it was just a nice place. Even the coastal area is very beautiful. We drove along the Ain Diab Corniche, a beautiful coastal road lined with cafes, restaurants, and beach clubs with stunning ocean views. We also passed the Ain Diab beach, where locals hang out, surf, enjoy the sun, and even Rick's Cafe, inspired by the classic movie Casablanca. I honestly hope I'm pronouncing Ain Diab Corniche correctly, but whatever, I already made the video. But along the line, I don't even think I have footage of this, but we also saw the Mohammed V Square, or Mohammed V Square, I guess, with its French colonial architecture of the government buildings, as well as the bustling United Nations Square, where like Casablanca shows its historic side. There's also the Habos quarter. It's also called New Medina. Like, I don't even know what to say. It's very beautiful and worth it. Back at the hotel, I changed back into my travel clothes and then we had dinner, which was way better than the lunch that we served before. We hopped back on the shuttle and it was conversations of Africa and all that.
Religion, tribalism, you're not Muslim, you're not Christian. Can't you just live in peace? Can't you just practice your Muslim and practice your Christian without fighting yourself?
Even in politics, they put travel.
It's crazy.
Politics, they put travel.
Yeah.
Safe to say I arrived in Accra safely and I had fun, only for me to find out. Flight cancellation. Literally one leg of my flight was cancelled due to weather. So I said, okay, let me get to the airport. So I tried to get more info at the airport and the staff, Air Maroc staff, so unhelpful. They had no idea what was going on, and one of them offered to email the team in Morocco, and I wondered if she just couldn't call. And she was like, it's 15 cedis per minute to call Morocco, so she wasn't doing that. Safe to say, I just went to the Delta desk and I was able to get onto their 9 a.m. flight, leaving for JFK for $921. After all that brouhaha, I settled in the Sankofa lounge with some snacks, and when we boarded, I wondered where everyone was. Look how empty the plane was. Mind you, Delta customer service had told me earlier that the flights were fully booked. Anyway, I enjoyed the attention from the flight attendants and we were allowed to sleep in the middle seat as well, which was pretty cool. Not trying to be shady, but it's actually nice to have screens and outlets that are functional. I know a lot of my experience was outside of their control and it could have honestly been worse, but let me know in the comment section if this is something you would want to try. Make sure to like and subscribe and I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye!